Hey everyone, and welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah, today we're going to be looking at something that's, I think, really helpful for English learners,
Mm,
especially if you're just starting out.
for sure. So we're going to be looking at this dialogue called Favorite Foods,
Yeah.
and it's really simple and straightforward.
Uh,
And it should be really helpful for you to feel more comfortable
yeah.
talking about food in English.
Yeah, you got it. So,
Yeah, I'm Alex, and we're going to be going through this dialogue called Favorite Foods.
yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay. I am very hungry now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's eat something.
What food do you like?
I love pizza very much.
Really? I like pizza too.
What is your favorite pizza?
I like cheese pizza.
Let's go to the pizza shop.
Okay, so there you have it, a really simple conversation about food preferences.
Right.
What really stood out to you in this dialogue?
Well, first off, I was thinking about how clear and simple the language is.
Yeah. Even with just a few basic words and phrases, you can express, hunger. You can suggest eating together. You can even talk about what you like.
Yeah.
It's proof that you don't need to know a ton of vocabulary to start communicating in English.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's really great how it focuses on using these like short and clear sentences,
Yeah.
especially for beginners. So like that first line, I am very hungry now.
Uh-huh.
It gets the point across in a very simple way.
It totally does. It's something that anyone can understand, and you can really use that phrase in a lot of different situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a restaurant or you're hanging out with friends, being able to say I'm hungry is like
Yeah.
a big plus.
Yeah.
And then let's eat something.
Yeah. I love that line.
It's just such a simple way to propose going to get food.
It sounds so casual and inviting, too.
Right.
It's not demanding or pushy. It's just, hey, let's go get something to eat.
Yeah?
And it comes really natural after saying that you're hungry. It makes
Oh.
sense.
Yeah. And then what food do you like?
Yeah.
Such a classic conversation starter.
It is.
You can talk about anything for that
Wait,
question.
what food do you like? It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how Alex responds with,
Um,
I love pizza very much.
yeah, he could have just said, I like pizza.
Yeah.
But, using that love there
Yeah.
emphasizes that, he really likes pizza.
Exactly. And it kind of brings up the point of like versus love.
Uh-huh.
So like is more general, but love is more strong.
Hungry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can even make it stronger by adding that very much at the end there.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I absolutely adore pizza. There's nothing else I want to eat.
Exactly. Yeah. And then there's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really great word too.
What's your favorite?
What
Yeah.
is your favorite?
And I like how the dialogue just flows so naturally. It
Yeah.
starts from, I'm hungry. Let's eat something.
Right.
What do you like?
Right.
And then it goes into favorite.
And then it goes into let's go.
Exactly. It's a great little roadmap for having a successful conversation about food.
Exactly. And then I also noticed that there's some repetition.
Yeah.
Like pizza was repeated a lot.
Yeah.
And that's actually a great learning strategy.
Right.
When you hear something over and over again.
Yeah, it helps you remember.
Yeah,
The repetition really helps solidify the vocabulary.
for sure. And the more you hear and repeat these phrases, the more they'll become natural to you.
Yeah. And before you know it, you'll be using them in your own conversations without even thinking.
Yeah.
Now that we kind of looked at the flow of the conversation, let's look at some of the key vocabulary words
Okay.
that really make it effective.
Yeah. So what really stood out to you?
Well, for me, I think hungry is so important.
Yeah.
It's so fundamental when you're talking about food.
Right.
And it's used perfectly in that first line, I'm very hungry now. Just simple, direct.
Yeah, it's something that you're going to be using all the time, especially if you're just starting to learn English.
Especially as a beginner.
Yeah, and we also saw how adding that very
Right.
before hungry can emphasize how strongly you feel.
Exactly.
So if you just say, I'm hungry
Yeah.
versus I'm very
Yeah.
hungry,
There's a difference.
yeah, it adds that sense of urgency.
It does.
You're really hungry.
Like you need to eat right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then another word that I thought was really interesting was favorite.
Oh, yeah. Favorite is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It highlights what you like best.
Yeah, like what is your favorite pizza?
Exactly.
But you can use that for anything.
For anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite movie?
Yeah. It's a great way to start a conversation.
It is.
Yeah.
And it helps you learn more about the person that you're talking to.
Exactly.
You can also use it in statements, you know?
Yeah.
My favorite season is autumn.
Right.
Or my favorite book is Pride and Prejudice.
Right. It's not just limited to questions. Yeah. And then another phrase I thought was interesting was pizza shop.
Pizza shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great example of compound nouns.
Right.
You know, we're just taking two words,
Uh-huh.
pizza and shop, and we're putting them together
Yeah.
to describe a specific place.
Yeah. And you can use that with other shops too.
Oh, yeah, of course. Coffee shop, bookshop, gift shop,
Yeah.
all kinds of shops.
And it's like a little formula you can use.
It is
Yeah.
to learn new vocabulary.
And I think it's really cool that even in such a simple dialogue,
Yeah.
we can learn so much.
There's so much to unpack.
Yeah.
And the great thing is that, you know, these phrases and words aren't just limited to talking about food.
Right.
You can use them in all types of conversations.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to understand them and practice using them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's think about what this all means for you as the listener.
Yeah.
We've gone through this really simple dialogue about food,
Right.
but we've actually learned a lot more than just talking about food.
We have, we've opened up this treasure chest of, you know, key phrases and vocabulary that you can use in so many different situations.
Yeah, like I am very hungry now is a great phrase to use.
Yeah, perfect for when you're ready to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's let's eat something.
Yeah, a nice way to invite someone to go grab a bite.
To get some food with you.
Yeah.
And then there's what food do you like?
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, that's a great conversation starter.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, you can talk about all sorts of different things from that question.
For sure.
Preferences, cultural differences, even personal experiences.
Yeah, and we also talked about the difference between like and love
Yeah.
and how adding very much
Yeah.
can really intensify your feelings.
Exactly.
And then we learned those three vocabulary words, hungry, favorite, and pizza shop.
Yeah. Those are great words to know.
Yeah, and you can use them in a lot of different contexts.
Absolutely not. Just when you're talking about food.
Yeah, so what we're really doing is trying to give you the tools to have these everyday conversations.
Exactly. To be able to communicate confidently in English.
Yeah, in a variety of different situations.
And remember, the key is to keep practicing.
Yes, practice makes perfect.
You got it. The more you listen, the more you speak.
Mm-hmm.
The more you use these phrases, the more natural it's going to become.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't forget to subscribe and like this episode if you found it helpful.
We'd really appreciate it. And we've got tons of other deep dives waiting for you.
So many more.
All about learning English and having fun with it.
Exactly. And before we go, think about what other simple English conversations you want to master.
Yeah. You know, maybe it's ordering coffee or asking for directions or even introducing yourself.
Yeah, write those down and start practicing.
Yeah, you got it. Every conversation is a step forward on your English learning journey.
So keep exploring, keep practicing, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.